in terms of AR and VR, we believe that given the current circumstances, it is essential now to rethink our approach to communication, also teaching and learning science and technology skills, from the traditional lectures and memorization to more personalized and interactive learning. So the next generation of scientists, they will need to be more adaptable and autodidactive than ever before, given the speed at which new technologies emerge and replace old procedures. So what the current pandemic has taught us now more than ever is that students need not only knowledge and theoretical issues, but that they also need skills and attitudes and values to thrive in and shape their own future. So now in the whole pandemic, everybody is closely following science and the new findings. So science has really entered into the mainstream. And to address the global challenges that are awaiting us and the next generations, we also need to include things like technological adaptability and digital literacy into our educational canon, along with competencies such as critical thinking, curiosity, teamwork, or cross-cultural awareness. And we think that one viable way of doing so is through augmented and virtual reality. So as STEM education in particular requires often expensive lab equipment for teaching, because there you can inquire and experiment, in more remote learning environments such as now, there is no real access to a lab equipment. So AR and VR are facilitating creative ways for young people of all social economic levels to have access to inquiry-based learning at home. They are provided with an immersive experience into a virtual lab. And in the course of this pandemic, it transpired that access to computers is very limited, sometimes in a significant number of households. But almost every student has access to a smartphone. So we really want to continue to reach potential young scientists with our program and our communication, not solely relying on traditional communication systems, but through rethinking our strategy and adapting also our technologies accordingly. So learning what we were learning from our own event, and also the events that we were lucky enough to participate in over the last months, we saw that there are many ways in which augmented and or virtual reality to enhance these can enhance these digital gatherings and create a more exciting experience that will also leave a long-lasting impact on our future scientists. So we are very excited to see developments such as the ARIAS app that will facilitate the introduction of AR and VR into the broad and public educational system, we hope. So if we think now whether or not we should use AR in approach, well, why not? I mean, you can deliver instruction and knowledge and also nurture people's innovative ideas and their creativity in so many different ways, and not exclusively through a conventional classroom. So this very webinar is sort of proof that there are no frontiers in communication. And AR is certainly one of many other ways to teach and train and awake young people's interest for science and technologies. So according to our experience, we should really focus both on practical tasks and hands-on experience, of course being respectful of the environment, the nature, and so on. And then also focusing on some sort of serious and learning games with simulations and maybe visiting sites through AR and VR, and also helping youngsters to get exact and useful skills that they will also need later on in their career paths. So we personally in the Foundation, we believe that there are many ways to science, and pure theoretical knowledge is certainly not enough to obtain the proper skill set in professional areas. We also believe students should not be mere listeners and passive observers, but they really need practice and hands-on experience, and they need to be able to explore, experiment, and also fail often, so that they can gain confidence to start anew. And we really believe that AR and VR are viable ways in order to do so.
When we go into the realm of technology, there I think we ought to have competencies with respect to time, with respect to TPAC, that is technology, pedagogy, content, knowledge. Technology, we have to be in tune with. Technology, we have to be skilled with. Technology, we have to be with the evolution. We ought to contribute to evolution. And techno-pedagogy. I think whether we are in the realm of virtual reality or augmented reality or mixed reality, which now the Microsoft has come up with HoloLens, wherein we have the concept of and the glimpses of the mixed reality, wherein we integrate the virtual reality and augmented reality. Well, but whatsoever we do, we need to be abreast with the principles of techno-pedagogy. That is, medium is message, that is medium message compatibility. Then we ought to have temporal and spatial contiguity amongst the various message forms. We ought to have media language proficiency. We need to realize content credibility and media fidelity. Well, there is a whole lot of principles which need to be employed while producing the material, be it AR or VR or mixed reality or any form, any form whatsoever it takes, in the form of massive open online courses, national repositories, global repositories and depositories. Well, now very often I think, why do we really know the reality? We talk of reality. Whatsoever is real may not be evident, and whatsoever is evident may not be real. Then how to visit reality? How to internalize the reality? How to be at home with the reality? How to understand the reality? Well, earlier I was having my own notion, but progressively, when I found my engineers, particularly let me salute Swapnil Agarkar. Long back, I visited him at his place at Mumbai. Then he gave me the glimpses of this augmented reality. And augmented reality as if he was presenting some toys to a child. And he was presenting with such a competency, such an ease, such a precision, such a proficiency, that it was really a joyful learning experience for me, like a learning child.
Let us show you a couple of examples that we have created in augmented reality. So here I have placed a 3D model of heart in front of me. You can see it's a 3D model, so I can scale it, I can go near it, I can walk across it. Now I'm reducing the speed of the animation. Using this, the teachers can explain the students how heart actually works, all the details. You can see which wall closes when. It's a very complex model, and it's very anatomically correct. Okay, this is another example of augmented reality. Is to recreate the historic experiments performed by legendary scientists. This is the actual experiment performed by Thomson. These are the apparatus he used when he discovered electron. Students can, they are able to switch on the circuit. Now they can see a beam of cathode ray has been generated in the cathode ray tube. And now students can actually increase the voltage across the two terminals. As you see, when I start increasing the voltage, the beam is now deflected towards the positive terminal. Students can actually perform those historic experiments and understand the scientific thinking behind what led to the discoveries. One of the very interesting scenes that we have worked on. You can see there is a seed inside the pot. Now I am helping the seed to grow. You can see the roots are going down, the shoots are coming up, the leaves are forming. Usually this whole process takes 60 to 70 days, but we have tried to recreate the whole experience where the students and teachers can actually see it happening in 3D space within a couple of minutes. As you can see, it's a 3D model, so I can walk around it. I can see it from any angle.